Saturn in first house in Capricorn Ascendant. Saturn in first house. The planet Saturn is one of the most malefic presence in the astrological arena, as it brings most of the harshness and hardship to the native's life. Besides this, Saturn is one of the most potent planet who would bestow dominance and authority to the people having Saturn placed in their first house. The people having Saturn in Ascendant would possess a very tough appearance and firm composure, besides which they would carry a very serious approach towards life. These natives are conservative beings who would possess profound depth locked inside, for which they are not expressive beings. On the other part, these people having Saturn in first house won't possess much flexibility in their attitude and would not be much open-minded in their attitude, as they are highly determined and sincere beings and expect the same from others. These natives are strict to others and to themselves as well. The natives of Saturn in Ascendant are born with aggression and are bestowed with potency and power, for which they keep trying to dominate over every other, and so on. They are perceived to achieve the place of authority in their professional enclosure as well. The natives of Saturn in first house are not emotional beings, for which they possess stability in their personality, but internally they could possess much restlessness and depression due to variant conflict in mind, for which they need someone to perceive their core well and bring betterment in their lives. Otherwise these natives could take themselves somewhere in some other world. Apart from this, the natives of Saturn in Ascendant would confront difficulties in their path of education, which could even lead them towards desertion of their studies, besides which marital life could also be possess some obstacles. These people having Saturn in first house could face unpopularity and insolence in their lives, besides which they will appear hostile and ruthless while they are gentle beings at the core. Saturn in Capricorn. Capricorn is a movable earth sign ruled by Saturn, an airy planet. Capricorn-born people have a lot of resilience and fighting spirit to face the storms of life. When Saturn is placed in its own signs, the results are likely to be positive, unless any affliction of other planets is there. This placement of Saturn makes the native a hard-working person. Such people realize their ambitions, despite the delay and obstacles. Saturn also relates to the 10th house, which represents profession. Saturn also represents subordinates, and when it is placed in Capricorn, the native likely gets a lot of help and support from them. Such people are endowed with a lot of knowledge about Vedic scriptures. These natives tend to be inclined towards social service and help others a lot. They are honorable and respected beings. They love to travel abroad and are also fond of fine arts. There is a strong desire for ambition and power in these people. Career holds great importance to them. They are dependable and delightful to be around. They can also be suspicious and selfish at times, but their manner is polite and respectful. They have a great sense of organization in life. First Lord in first house or in Ascendant. When the first Lord is placed in the first house, the person focuses on the self. If the planet is in good dignity, then the native is independent, strong sense of purpose in life, self-sufficient, leader, healthy and vital, good stamina, blessed with good beginnings. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person is selfish, not follow dharmic path, tendency to ignore others, self-seeking attitude can lead to multiple marriages. Second Lord in first house or in Ascendant. When the second Lord is placed in the first house, the person earns money for oneself. If the planet in good dignity, then the native have good earning capacity and ability to handle money, independent in money making, have more liquid asset, speaks well, have influencing speech, interested in singing and learning, may good with many language, aware of face health and beauty, and feel happy with family. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person is selfish, may put their own interest above those of their family, lack in concentration in studies, poor eating habits, diet is not good and not eat properly, needs to improve financial skills, and have tendency to not speak well as with others. Saturn in second house in Capricorn Ascendant. Saturn in second house. The planet Saturn or Shani makes the person work really hard for attaining success, as it never gives without taking efforts from the person, and for the same the presence of Saturn in second house would make the person highly ambitious and hard-working for earning affluence, which would bring him her high wealth. The natives of this placement of Saturn in second house would pursue a very determined and sincere path for attaining wealth upon land, besides which they possess a practical vision for savings, as they always save some money for poor days, but they will never invest in risky ventures even if they would offer higher benefits. The natives having Saturn in second house seek for financial stability in their lives, for which these natives would face much obstacles in their path which could lead them towards pessimism, while keeping optimism and keep walking further would make them attain triumphs. The natives of this placement having Shani in second house would carry a wiser, philosophical and spiritual approach and would be truly kind at their attitude. The impacts of Saturn here in second bhava will get affected by the planetary placements in the 8th house, and if it gets adversely impacted, then the natives should walk to temples barefooted for 43 days. He or she should offer milk to snake and should put a tilak of curd or milk over her forehead every day. Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn also rules Aquarius, so when it is placed in its own sign, the results are mostly positive. The mascot of Aquarius is a water bearer with a vessel. People born with Saturn in Aquarius are quite like a vessel. Just as it accommodates water, these natives accommodate a lot of emotions and secrets too. They are quite flexible and justice-loving. They are compassionate too, and love to serve others. They have a good judgment of right and wrong. They also have a strong desire to lead. In fact, they tend to show the right path to others. Their social circle is quite varied and huge. Saturn in Aquarius gives a strong power of concentration. These natives are democratic and believe in equality. Their approach in life is backed by practicality. They work hard, often towards betterment of themselves as well as others. They are impartial and observe both sides of the argument to reach a rational decision. These people are responsible beings and make a wonderful and loyal friend too. They are quite philosophical and intellectual. However, they are susceptible to self-pride, which makes them a social loner. Moreover, addiction to wine and women may also be present in these natives. First Lord in the second house. When the first Lord is placed in the first house, the person focuses on the finance. If the planet in good dignity, then the native effort result in profits. Money handler, have good skill in money managing liquid assets, generous with money, impressive speaker, family, is a source of pride and devotion, speaks truth, good eating habits, strong eyesight and teeth. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person is drained family money due to its selfish motives, money matters become problem, lack in attention to studies, poor diet and teeth, may have weak eyesight. Second Lord in the second house. When the second Lord is placed in the second house, the person has finance completeness. If the planet in good dignity, then the native is have financial blessings, and position due to money, has good food habits and enjoy good food, good sight and beautiful eyes, good teeth, get benefits from family members, studious, good speaker, and earn money through education. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person might have problem maintaining support with partner, challenges for accumulating money, may have dental eye and any other face problems. Saturn in third house in Capricorn Ascendant. Saturn in third house. The planet Saturn or Shani is perceived to be a harsh planet who provides difficulties and hurdles to people but takes them towards the success in the end. The placement of Saturn in third house will impact over the mental and core composure of the person, as making her practical and simple in approach. The natives of this placement of Saturn in third house would be very determined, sincere and serious towards life, but they won't be completely stable at mind, as they will confront depressions at times. They carry intellectual mind to analyze and bring logics with their decisions, and only speak till the required extent with worthy words for which they are admired by others. These people having of Saturn in third house are deep believers of truth and so on, will express that only, besides which, they are bestowed with a strong vision to differentiate between the right and wrong. The natives possessing Saturn in third house will confront some difficulties in their educational path and will have a quiet, harsh life during early times, but they will emerge high on educational grounds later in life. The people of this placement are truly patient and will perceive till the possible depth before taking further steps. They would attain good affluence and positions in life. In the end, the native having Shani in third bhava should stay away from immoral drinking and non-vegetarian food for staying in the benefic enclosure of this placement. If other planetary placements in the horoscope chart are bringing adverse impacts from the Saturn, then the native should donate the medicines of eyes and should serve 3 dogs for reducing the negative impacts. Keeping a dark room in house will also be helpful for the person. Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is a dual water sign ruled by Jupiter. Both Saturn and Jupiter are neutral towards each other. People with Saturn in Pisces tend to be devoted to spirituality. Due to the association with 12th house, such natives tend to progress towards spiritual liberation. Pisces sign represents by 2 fishes swimming in opposite direction. It is also associated with water. And when Saturn is placed in Pisces, the native becomes a deep thinker. Such a person studies every subject to the depth of it. Saturn helps these natives make better judgments, but not like a teacher but more like a mentor. It works as their guiding spirit. People born with Saturn in Pisces tend to be sacrificing in nature. They have a strong penchant for arts. These natives often play a chief role among their friends and relatives, probably because they are good at disciplining and making policies. These natives tend to be polite, wealthy, compassionate, sensitive and loyal. There is also a strong desire to earn more. Such people have a strong affinity to creative fields such as arts. They are in fact likely to make their career in the field of art or spirituality. These natives tend to be good learners and have a confident approach. They seek a bright future and also work towards it. These natives also like to indulge a lot. First Lord in the third house. When the first Lord is placed in the third house, the person has determined personality. If the planet in good dignity, then the native have good siblings, close friends, and neighbors which help them to progress in life. The person have friendly, courageous, have skill in writing, lecturing, and communicating, likes adventure and sport, good artistic expression, have strong desire and motivation, and travel a lot close to the home. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person tries hard to succeed, aggressive, have conflicts with siblings and neighbors, frustrated, effort go into waste, have no interest in personal hobby, neck, shoulder and hands problem, and anxiety problem. Second Lord in the third house. When the second Lord is placed in the third house, the person earns money through personal effort. If the planet is in good dignity, then the native is gained through activities and siblings, close friends, and neighbors, makes money through own effort, courageous, benefits through artistic expression, and through voice, may have profits through sales, marketing, advertising, and short-distance traveling. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person might gain money through aggressive action and dishonesty means. Anxiety to get money could lead to using inappropriate methods, speak irrelevantly, lacks courtesy for others, and impatient. Saturn in 4th house in Capricorn Ascendant. Saturn in 4th house. The planet Saturn or Shani brings a blend of both positive and negative shades, and here also the placement of Saturn in 4th house will be the reason for both good and adverse things in the native's life. The lives of these natives will be both difficult and pleasing at times. The natives of this placement of Saturn in 4th house would be very much devoted towards their home and family, for whom they would try to bring most of comforts at home, while on the other part, they would be the dominating presence in the family, who will maintain the discipline as well as the security at home. In true words, these natives having Shani in 4th bhava would be burdened with variant family responsibilities which could become difficult for them at times. The natives of this placement of Saturn in 4th house are truly inclined towards their loved ones, as they will take care of them with their best of efforts, because they see to it as a responsibility, besides which somewhere they feel the absence of same care in their life which they wish to give others. On the other part, The heavy lump of responsibilities upon them could turn harsh and aggressive at times, and people around could find them rude and unkind. It's the only reason behind some conflicts, as they could be irritated at times, but in truth, they are very kind and loving from heart. Presence of Saturn in 4th house makes the person truly loyal and turns him, her patriotic from the core. The natives could face bad health while they could be in the medical profession. These people should avoid alcohol, killing of snakes and drinking milk in night. They should not give foundation to house at night as it won't be good. They should offer milk to snakes and milk or rice to crow or buffalo. The natives should pour rum in the running water and milk in the well for betterment in lives. Saturn in Aries. Saturn is intensely inimical towards Mars, the ruling planet of Aries. Moreover, Saturn is debilitated in Aries, which further makes this position unfavorable for the native. The house where such a placement falls is affected the most, especially if it is the 7th house, since it relates to marriage and partner, and Mars is a significator of passion. In Vedic astrology, it also relates to auspicious occasions, especially marriage. People having Saturn in Aries in the 7th house either face delay in marriage or problems in their marital life. This position of Saturn also increases aggression in the behavior. Natives with this position struggle to enjoy contentment and satisfaction in their relationships. They face a lot of obstacles in the progress. This gives them a lot of anxiety and stress in life. While they have the ability to lead, they suffer a lot in leadership positions. Others often misunderstand them. They are hardworking, but they can be mischievous in their ways. They also indulge in illicit activities and can be sinful and jealous. They are not that reliable either. They are often blamed for their own wrongdoings. First Lord in the 4th house. When the First Lord is placed in the 4th house, he person focus on the family. If the planet in good dignity, then the native have interest in studies, have interest in real estate, has good home, clothes, and vehicles, has large amount of fixed assets, emotionally balanced, and strong, seeks spiritual development and does well as with insurance. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person have emotional problems, trouble or lack of support from mother and family in general, breaks in education, have problem in attaining home, vehicles, comfort, good clothes, inner peace, and may have chest or heart problem. Second Lord in the 4th house. When the second Lord is placed in the 4th house, the person finance home. If the planet in good dignity, then the native has a saving mentality, happy when money saved, benefited through voice, singing, speaking, education, real estate, agriculture, things under the ground, like gems, minerals etc. Attained vehicles, have nurturing occupation, well behaved with mother, and gain through mother relations, well educated, emotionally balanced, good storyteller, and makes others happy. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person tries to take money from family, loss in real estate and agriculture, like farming and gardening, not able to complete education, have financial problems with mother and family. Vehicles problems, not happy related with finance, and not interested in saving money.